There we go. All right, we're now doing our first exercise.
No, but I also put that I didn't like and I don't prefer good argument. Would anybody prefer good argument?
I don't know argument at all.
I sounds more.
I is too weak.
Actually, now there's other things that you can see here. These two
You guys read the first little part? That describes it.
it's a little too.
Like these two are like fast lifestyle.
Because we
Ready
got
to go,
like
ready
2
to go, ready to
minutes.
go. These two are slow, steady.
I just want you to report back and tell me about the experience.
I think you.
2 minutes,
I think D
folks.
works for you because one of the parts of I is caring if people care about you. I don't think you can care less if someone doesn't like you. That's also part of age.
Yeah, so then I also like
Just imagine doing a
Hey,
Pitbull
now 1
white suit.
minute, let's wrap up.
I also don't like
Yeah. I really think it's really a mix of everything. It's hard to limit yourself just one of them.
Well, yeah, it's money. What exactly do you think? But like,
You know what's weird though? I see myself as these two. My girlfriend sees me as
I
these two.
would not become assistant manager.
But I'm saying to see what other people think. Yeah, I picked the ones that I picked.
That's a good question though.
Excellent. Okay. All right.
Touchdown!
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Okay, so let's start right here. We'll have a leader. Somebody just tell us 1 minute. What do you think?
Go on, Big D.
Yeah, here in our group we all agree on what the letters we had.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
we all
Cool.
agree, and we kind of know each other.
Yeah.
And we also agree with the other ones.
So you're already moving into the second exercise. Excellent. Really good. Okay.
But we do
Okay.
have a question.
Okay, let's listen because we got a question here. Go
I don't know if
ahead.
you want to do the question. Actually, well, what happened is he's telling me that he did the test himself, and he asked his girlfriend
Yes.
to do the test for him, or what, how, and he came back a different thing.
Greg, your girlfriend took the test thinking about
As
you?
me. Yeah, I took
As
it as
you.
me, and then she took it from her perspective of me. And I
was different.
am
I love that.
CS, and she had me as DI.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I love that.
But I think this is supposed to be for yourself.
Yes, what that tells us is nobody knows you like you, right? Right? But you know what? She learned something from that, which is really cool. I think you all should do that. Everybody should do that. Take your significant other, your friend, your parent, whatever, and give the test and say, take the test as you see me, and then show them who you are. What a great idea. Okay, who's next? Somebody, come on. We got a little bit of time. Go ahead, Olivia.
Well, one of the observations that we were discussing was the dominant trait for the D,
Yes.
and we all agreed that even though I think we have that leadership skill, we're able to be a co-pilot if we trust that person. And I
Perfect.
think that's important. You don't want to be Hitler.
Absolutely, because that's kind of, that's dominance gone amok. Right. As I said before, D doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the one standing in front. You have natural leader qualities, but you just have to be what? You have to be action-oriented, challenged, and you got to be decisive, and you have to set priorities. So that tends to be more leader-like, but they don't have to take the limelight. Who has to take the limelight?
I.
Yeah. Not always, but they have a tendency more to be that way. Who's next? Go ahead.
Yeah, we agreed with what we found that, or what the test showed. Something interesting was that he's compliant and his job is exactly what his personality style requires. So it's
I love
yeah,
it.
that was really interesting.
So you're in the right slot.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You see? Isn't that great? You learned something. Excellent.
And another one noticed that he thought he would be more of an I, or no,
Yes.
he thought he would be more of a C, but he was actually more of a D. So yeah.
Interesting. So that has to tell you something. Is that you? Yeah.
Yeah, well, basically what I see as a D in myself is that with the C, I don't like to follow orders or compliance, so that makes me more of a D, and that was correct then.
Absolutely. So you see the
Because I'm
attribute.
not much of a follower.
Right. So that's the D, that's the dominance. And when you get into the more deeper test, you'll see shades of those attributes, the styles, and then you can say, oh yeah, well that part of me is D, just like you just said, which is, I don't like to follow orders, I like to give them, you know? So that's D. Okay, who's next?
Okay, we have something that
Thank you.
we're working together.
Yes.
Pretty much we have kind of the same, more like dominance
Uh-huh.
of us, and influence. I think it's kind of balanced. We say it's very interesting because we need to have a dominance and influence people as well. But our concern was the one that was really the lowest was compliance. And we feel each other that we are extremely organized, focus-oriented planning,
Yes,
and the result was not showing that.
didn't show that, okay.
And we actually look at each other like we like organized planning,
Right.
just follow up and.
Right, interesting. Well, that's interesting, and sometimes that happens. And again, realize that this test is very superficial, so when you get a deeper test, you might see there'll be more questions that will pick up on that. And for whatever reason, you might have been just feeling that at that moment, and you didn't think that way that question was worded was really valid, and so you passed over it, and the test picked up on your other attributes more.
Right. And in the case, for instance, of Peter was like kind of equal, like 4 crowd were like.
Yeah, in my
almost the
case, it's kind of, I have about 29% on dominance and 29% on influence, kind of the same percentage.
Wow.
And also, I got in compliance of 22%, and expertness, I have 20%, so.
Very well rounded.
He's very well rounded. You could do anything in the world.
Oh, you don't
Everybody could. Wow, that's very unusual. That's really cool.
Where do I be in the kind of.
You should be where you are. All of you should. That's great. Well, thank you for sharing. Anybody else?